What's going on, guys? Listen, 2026 is getting crowded as hell. The busy season's right around the corner. And guess what? It's not going to get any easier. So what I wanted to do today was put together 5 main things I want you to focus on in 2026 as it relates to Google search, being found, and dealing with leads to maximize your opportunities. That's what it's about this year. So let's get into it. All right, guys, number 1, reviews. You need to get them. Again, this isn't anything new. You've probably known about this for a while. You've probably tried in different ways of doing it, but you really need to have the systems in place to follow up and be consistent with asking for reviews. The biggest thing that I'm seeing in 2026, and again in the last few months, has been review velocity. Okay, and what that means is if you're getting, say, 10 reviews in a bunch in January, but you get nothing else until May, that's not looking good, and that's having an impact. So by having the right systems in place, you're going to be able to get those reviews more consistently. That velocity is going to look good, and that's going to have a positive impact for you. Okay, so focus on that. Create the systems, the follow-ups, the nurturing for that, because it's an easy way to keep on top of mind with these customers, because again, they're going to forget if you just leave it up to them every once in a while. So make sure you're focusing on that in 2026. Okay, number 2, content that matches your customer's intent. This is really important, and I want you to think about this, especially you junk guys out there, right? And when we're talking about that, we're looking at things on your website that really are particular to their service needs. So it's not just that they need junk removal, right? They might be looking for appliance removal. They might need to remove a hot tub. They might be looking for commercial cleanouts, or maybe remodeling cleanouts as well with debris and all that good stuff. So there's going to be different intent, right? And the more that you can match that intent on your website, your social profiles, and anywhere that you really are present, it helps allow individuals the ability to find you based on that. But also the large language models, again, they're picking this shit up, guys, right? They're looking at the specific things that companies can offer, right? And if they're presenting that information, it's showing up in the large language models. And that's going to be even bigger as we go along in 2026 with more people using ChatGPT and these other large language models as search engines to essentially help make decisions and choices. So the more relevant information you can put out there, the better, right? Now, this can be a combination of additional service pages that support your main service, right? So junk removal might be the main service page, but then you might have secondary pages that are talking about the appliance removal and all these other secondary things, right? To follow up with that, you also want to look at supporting content through blogs. So many people overlook this. They think it's wasted. And when you do it the wrong way, it definitely is. But you want to start looking at the things that your local customers might be thinking of or asking that are really specific, right? Maybe there's permits they need if you're dropping off a dumpster on the street. Maybe there's different bylaws based on the type of waste that they're trying to remove. They're going to be asking this stuff, right? And it's good to have information on it because, again, it's going to help you with Google. It's going to help you in the mind of the customer because you're helping solve problems. And at the same time, the large language models are going to love it too. All right, number 3, and this one might be one of the most important things for 2026. This is becoming way more popular, and if you're not on this train, you're going to get your ass kicked. And that is being able to respond to your customers almost instantly, okay? 75% of customers are likely to work with the first business that picks up, okay? So whether that is 9 p.m. at night, maybe it's a holiday, or maybe it's a time that your team is busy and no one's answering the phones. There's so many opportunities and gaps that are happening right now that I see with businesses that I work with every day, where there's so much money and potential being left on the table because the response is dog shit. So please look at having systems in place. You can have AI on your phone talking with customers at any time and booking them in with you. You can have chat on your website. Even SMS and other automations that are in place to communicate with them instantly. You need to have these systems in place, and if you're not, your competitors will, and they're going to kick your ass. So please look into this in 2026. We do this with Trailblaze, or my other company, where we'll build out these automations, we'll build out these systems, these agents that are absolutely kicking butt for our clients. So again, in 2026, please look at this because you need to maximize every lead that is coming through your door. Okay, so number 4, we're going to be talking about proximity and service area. So if you're in the junk game, right, you're going to people's homes, you probably have a service area business. That's more likely the case. People aren't normally going to be coming to you or your HQ, your facilities, right? So we need to focus on doing some real things that are going to be crucial for your business. Again, these are all things that you can do. You don't need an expert to help you with this, right? So what I want you to start doing is I want you to start taking a lot more photos and stuff at jobs and posting them from those locations, okay? This is important. These are things that are getting tracked, all these geolocations. And again, a lot of this gets stripped out, but if you start doing this across the board, it's going to help. The same thing with customers, right? You really want to try to encourage them. And again, we're talking about reviews and management of that, but we really want them uploading photos too, right? That's showing a lot of positive signals. So the more that we can build around this, the more that we're going to help if we're showcasing these things in all these different areas. Another cool thing you can do is maybe create case studies of jobs that you did, adding to your website, adding the location information, and different things like that to start building more signals as it relates to, you know, your proximity of area that you're doing business with, right? Another thing, a little bit cheeky, maybe bending the rules a tiny bit, but if you guys are out at another client's home, right, and you're away, when you're going back to the actual business address, on your phone in Google Maps, set your location to your business and drive from your customer's house, right? Start getting your crews doing that, yourself all the time. Just get into habit of doing it, because again, those are still strong signals. Even if people wouldn't normally go to your business, it's still a strong signal. So a little bit, like I said, maybe bending some of the rules, but get your team on that. It's something that we've been playing around with and seeing some good results. So give it a shot. Okay, guys, last one, number 5, and this is local authority. And this one is probably the most underutilized that I see in this space. And it's not the easiest, so I understand why it wouldn't be, right? But when I'm talking about local authority, I'm talking about building power partners. And power partners are essentially similar types of businesses. They work along the same kind of path you guys do, or you know, you kind of cross paths based on needs. So for example, you know, a remodeling company might need a company to help them with debris, right? Removal or bins, right? Realtors, property managers, storage facilities, other types of businesses in the space that might have some kind of, you know, website or presence set up that you could provide some value. So what we like to do, it's an interesting one, is say create a piece of content that's also valuable to this type of business that also helps you. So like a mutually beneficial type of article, right? But then have that article link back to your website. That way you're getting that link juice from this local business, which again is going to be a lot more powerful than some random, you know, junk backlink that someone's getting you from a completely random website in a different area that is, again, could be another country, right? So think about that, building those relationships, connectivity, those things are really helping build you as a local source when you have other businesses that are also saying, hey, yeah, they are the best, right? So think about that as part of your strategy for 2026. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you for watching this. I hope it provided some value to you guys. I know this is a lot to take in, and I never want someone to go and jump in and try to do all this at once, because it's not easy. It could be overwhelming, confusing, all that good stuff. But try to pick 1 or 2 of these to start and at least get something moving and getting in place. Reviews is usually the easiest thing that you can do and be consistent with if you just put, you know, your mind to it or effort to it. And the other ones, like I said, they take a little bit of work to get in place, but once they do, the value they provide to you, just saving time, headache, money, it's huge, right? So again, narrow it down, pick 1 or 2, focus on that for the next, you know, 90 days, and getting that in place, I know will have a big impact somewhere in your business. Now, a lot of the things that I did share with you are part of things that we do offer, both in Social Spike and Trailblaze, my automation company. So if you're needing help with any of that, shoot me a message, shoot me a DM. I'll share my links to in the description so you can reach out to us regardless of what you need. But yeah, thanks again for tagging along with this video. A lot more to come. And yeah, thanks again, guys. Hope this helps, and see you on the next one.